So I have a random question for those in chat who are interested to answer. So if you take just the microphone quality in itself, and you should rate them on a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 is the absolute maximum best you had as an experience on Twitch from probably one of those very professional streamers with thousands of euros of setup. Where would you put this microphone and the transparency and the acoustic of this mic? Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much for the feedback. Okay, I will definitely look here not for crit skulls early on, even though I'm on a crit core. That is not going anywhere. 3 gold are good. I have though barely the justification to go here and look for my alpha ray. Issue is resolved. Obviously I don't need to do anything else here. I found the one thing I was really looking for. Even though small items are kind of good, we could only buy one item without rerolling, so Andy is losing a lot of value, and we also need to level up anyway on the next day, and then at the end of the day, we want to be level 3 by end of day 2 situation. So experience is anyway kind of something we need to pick up at some point, and that was the perfect situation, though not so happy not to go to Andy. I mean, Aiden is probably the best, like one of the best items to get on day 1. So like if this was a Gamma Ray, he would actually be really strong. But obviously outscaling a Silver Alpha Ray on day 1 is, I don't know, even if a Bronze Brick Buddy is getting the work done, I think he's just a little bit too slow and clunky. Unless you have like an Aiden on the left and a Chris Army Knife on the right or something, then you should get the job done anyway. So I can take 2 income and they would arrive exactly on this next day. And I would say that is probably the pick here, because I don't have a shield. I don't need them necessarily. They're only bronze. This is only maximum 2 gold as well. So it is the income in this situation. I don't feel bad about that. Courier is just too expensive early on, as mentioned a lot in this stream, but like 8 monster loot is pretty good. I don't like skills. I have obviously more money than as it looks, so I can go shopping at JJ. Let's think about how much off meta we want to be, right? So for me, off meta means we're just playing this crit core and making it work and win. That is my definition of off meta, because I'm not playing one of the 3 best cores. So in my book, I can play still the strong items. I mean, I don't need to force like race. That is, I know, a little bit redundant, but like it is okay for me in my book to say I look for motherboard or other source of scaling and not try to make a crit core with a force field work. Because while it's pretty nice to have crit on the force field and stuff, it is not good. Like it's a bait, and I would say 80%, more 90, 99, 95% probably of the cases. So I would just like not buy this here. I would also not buy a race call. I have no source of haste. So the only question is if I want to buy like a laser pistol just to, have like a little bit more weapons. And that is something I'm willing to do. It's just 1 gold investment. I'm fine with this. So I will use the wing on the core for sure. This probably will just like be sold at some point if I need the gold. I'm not too attached to monster loot in general. Like don't make the mistake on holding on to and wait like, oh, but what if I ever get my Gamma Ray or my Poison Enchantment on my core, then I would like to have it. If you need the money, monster loot is like a free gamble. You get your gold back. Sometimes you get even 2 more gold back or 4 more gold back, or like whatever, depending on the rarity. And you get sometimes very good value, sometimes mediocre value. Like free region is in my book not really impactful, but I mean, it was free region for free and the gamble. And sometimes you get like a lot of damage, a lot of burn, a lot of poison that you actually can use in that moment, or even best case for, I would say, every hero, the feathers and wings. So don't be attached to the extract too much if you need the money. Though here, like, it's just a JJ, so it is a very wide pool, and even though I get like 4 gold if I sell it, I don't think like JJ is like, I don't know, so good that I need to reroll. I found obviously already the Alpha Ray, so I don't feel like rolling here no matter if I have 3 or 7 gold, and therefore that does not change the outcome. I just bought like 1 weapon and be happy about this. I should be able easily to raise here a Rogue Scrapper. That is not an issue. Okay. Off-meta means, for me, being willing to try items you haven't before, whilst trying to win without shooting yourself in the foot. That is a fair assessment. Like, I'm willing to pivot into stuff that looks a little bit sketchy, but I don't know for certain if it's good or bad. Or I haven't tried, while still maintaining a little bit of win-oriented approach. That I agree. Trippy, you said like Silver Brick Body is probably not enough. Man, the Silver Brick Body is really, really fast scaling. Like, I would not be sure, at least, if the Brick Body is not going over the line. Like, normally Brick Body gets over the line. I would say it should get over the line. Like, yeah, Silver Brick Body wins that. Like, if you don't have like a burn scaling special where you have like 2 sorts of scaling, one on yourself and one on the opponent's board, and he has a lot of those scaling, the Silver Brick Body would have won that fight there. So the question was, or the comment was, if this would win against the Silver Brick Body, and I'm willing to bet it will. Okay. Medium items. So I don't need XP necessarily. We are leveling anyway. Medium items, there might be weapons like missiles and pulse rifle. With a lot of luck, there's also a motherboard already. That's about those. But the pool is super diluted, and the possibility is, I would say, not too good for us on day 2. It's only bronze, and then I don't have a friend for the pulse rifle, and I don't know. I don't feel it. And there's another shop coming up anyway. And here I have the absolutely freedom to take a risk, so I want to do that. I don't need poison extract. So do I ever think like 75 health is needed over 2 income? Like, I don't need income after the first few days. But this is here, like, I don't have any use for the cinders, and it's only 75 health. I mean, that's a lot, but I also feel like I high rolled and I'm strong. I'm inclined to skip this. I will definitely, though, not skip small items here. We need to fill the board. So I will buy small items just in case I need to fill here. So probably we should do it like this. Call it a day. I will use this here because I will never find a better target anyway. We should win. No consideration for Tin City Major for this core over Scrapper. You got me in again for not being considerate. Obviously, I should have done that. I was very in a not red core mindset, is the answer. That was just automatism. and failure to recognize the situation. So that is a very good remark, Firewings. Straight up, my mistake. That's about it. I will look at non-weapon items. I don't think a solar farm is getting me over anywhere. Like, I don't have any burn items here. Though, GPU is pretty good. Walter is also not doing a lot here. LEDs and duct tape, though, are definitely the things I look for. Large item, could I at some point somehow buy a combat core here? Like in a, let's say, reasonable way. So this is 9. And then I need 3 more. I could somehow make that work. Do we want to play a combat core and the crit core here? Probably. So I think the chances of getting a combat core are better than just taking the chocolate here, though. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. He said while watching this. Okay, good talk about this. So I'm not feeling really strong here. I forego on the 100 extra health that I would probably have needed to win this fight easily. I have a little bit of health here. I have a little bit of staling. I have a few weapons. Core should proc fast. I don't have other rays to proc the alpha ray. I'm not certain that we're strong enough, so let's not risk it. Would you consider to place a weapon at the right hand side of the core to get the extra crit? No. And the reason is, it's like, even if it's 30% and not only 15 that we are having here, this means I once in a while, every now and then, once per fight, you know, crit and have like a little bit more damage on the weapon and then also charge the core. But in the majority of cases, I do not crit. Like, it does not happen a lot. And then I don't charge the core, and then I don't have like a faster proccing core, and then the scaling from the alpha rate does not take place, and then I'm just like way weaker. So that is not even remotely for me a thing I want to consider. Okay. I will level. Health is still pretty good, but I want to look for medium items here. Maybe we have an LED, right? So every core proc kinda is an extra bronze alpha ray of stats. With this being like medium, I mean, it's not even every core proc, it's a third of charge for a core proc is a bronze alpha ray. Yeah, I see why this is like not good unless you have like, I don't know, a full board of slow with pylon and I don't know, maybe a heavy chemisnel and stuff, then we can talk about this. But here, like, LEDs alone shouldn't be working. Like, off meta by any means, but this is like not doing anything for the most of the time, and then you have like 3 extra damage for having a medium item on the board. Armadillo, I mean, we are charging decently, but it's a medium-sized item, and we only have a duct tape, so yeah, good talk. A Tesla coil, I can see on the board. Let's pick that one up. Those level up rewards are something here today on Dooley. I don't even know what to take. Like, probably the 4 gold, because I don't have anything for the cinders. And the rest is straight worse, right? So do I want to have like JJ with like medium items and large items where I can find maybe, I don't know, pulse rifle, this, that, motherboard? Or do I want to have a narrow small pool? I would say I still like a narrow small pool here. I will definitely take this because it scales my alpha ray. No consideration for those. So this is way, way, way too slow. This is also not really impactful. Like, don't think this is good enough. So we want the Uzi and the Tesla coil and the grid core next to each other, right? That is the main goal. I still enjoy the occasional shield from the duct tape. Then GPU and Uzi are on the duct tape. And then I take out the LEDs because this is also damage. And I think like 1 slow second is like not good enough here. Like if this is silver, different story. Bronze is just a little bit falling off. And yeah, I feel like this is what I want to do. So there's a question again, where's the trick to find array that you need? So in general, there's a little bit more knowledge to it. I have said it multiple times on stream, but I am happily explaining this again. So basically, on the one side, you obviously ND has better odds, but there's also the problem that the further it goes, like day 5 or day 7, the broader the pool gets. Like there are just all the silver items and sometimes even the gold items in this pool. And then it's getting harder and harder to find the one item you're looking for. The strength of Dooley is that you are consistently can get the race because they're bronze, and the pool on bronze items early is rather narrow. And then a small shop is probably, I would say, sometimes even less likely than not have your items, or like at least in a reasonable manner have your items. So if you really want to play like an Omega Ray on an ignition core, you should prioritize like rolling on shops in general. Obviously, like sometimes if you have to consider JJ is not as good as Kina, for example, because JJ has weapons and Kina has no weapons. But like basically what I do if I play Ignition Core, I go to many shops and prioritize especially high value shops where the probability is a little higher. And then I roll my gold away until I find this item. And normally, I would say in most cases by day 3, you found the ray you are looking for. Also, if you haven't found the ray by, let's say, day 7, you are screwed anyway in the first place. Because you will most likely never find this item then. Thank you so much for the nice words all, and let's keep going. I will definitely, I mean, look at more likely at least at items over skills. I don't need like the 3 extra gold here as much, so let's keep shopping. So Chem Snail can get like work if you have like, I don't know, Pylon and want to really meme around. So I think it is more a meme build. But I have in all honesty, like I have never like played it a lot. So maybe I have LEDs, I can buy the Chem Snail for the future. And if I stumble onto a pylon, we are buying the pylon, and then we are making the Chem Snail build work. So I will just do this, just to be clear here. If you were like saving money and want to play optimally, don't buy this. I don't think you should play Dinosaur outside of Companion Core. It is like, even in Companion Core, in all honesty, you're often too slow. Like if I see like anyone with like those dinos and I have my ignition core, I'm not scared. Like even if like I lose my main core early from the Marmosaur, by then after the 8 seconds, I have so much burn on my opponent that I might most likely win. And they often then, because of the large items and swords and stuff, they don't have enough shield to recover at all. So I don't know. And here, like especially without the companion core, I don't like haste this. It's like I'm a sitting duck, and this is not for the most of the part do anything, and then maybe destroy a small item, and even later, like I don't think outside of a companion core you should ever play swords, and inside the companion core, and also I would say more like a B level option. Like it's not the worst if you have like nothing, but I would rather play Brick Buddy Force Field than a dinosaur build. Okay, long story short, we're skipping there. We can go for Kina and look for like items, or we can say, well, maybe weapon skills will be better now, but it's more like tempo imminent at best. The good skills are more or less hidden behind gold upwards. So I'm more inclined to go shopping here. GPU is good. I don't think I can fit the light bulb here. Also, I think I think it's okayish. Like here it is okayish because crit actually gives us a lot more benefits due to proccing the core. On the other side, and it's like a fast item. So fast item, pretty good, right? So this is not the worst, but like fitting it here is a little bit scuffed, and I have already high quality items here. So it's more an item I would pick if I would struggle. Do I want to sell off a lot of stuff here to change a little bit the setup and look at more items? Sure. Do we want to play an Omega Ray here or take a weak point detector? I don't think the weak point detector yet is even remotely viable with only LEDs, same as before. I mean, the benefits of the Omega Ray is it's also proccing my Alpha Ray, so we are getting more damage. But the output of the Omega Rays itself is not interesting, like we have no burn scaling anyway. And 6 seconds is like a long time. So since we are a lot more committed here to the red course, we are skipping. I don't know if I can raise a Technovirus, I hope. I think so. Let's raise. Are you looking to switch to motherboard as your main scaler? I mean, motherboard would be pretty amazing, sure. But like, there's also like other items I will need for this. Like metronome would be amazing, for example, for us here. As well as I mean, charging station was proven to be actually pretty viable as well. So there's like a lot of stuff I would like. We can also make the chem snail work. Then I would need a pylon. And then we can maybe use the chem snail and the pylon and the LEDs and see how that feels. Yeah. I don't think the solar farm is in the picture though. Also, it seems like maybe not. It's just the solar farm is not good enough. We don't have any burn here. Upgrading the core is actually noteworthy, at least, because we have like more damage and crit on it. Though like core cooldown reduction should be better in general here. I don't know, probably close one. Let me check up again the numbers on the crit core first. So it's 5% more crit and 10 more damage. I think the 10 more damage are falling off anyway. And 5 crit is 5 crit, don't get me wrong, but 5% cooldown reduction is just better. I mean, we are on the crit core. It's day 4. Maybe we get a good silver skill here. I wouldn't be too unhappy about that. Well, do we ever think it is valuable enough to buy this? Like, it's 3 crit. Means like once a while, like probably like once per game or something. Maybe twice we're critting. And then we have like 1 or 2 charges for free on the core and a little bit of extra damage at best. Downside, we are blocking ourselves for future spots in the skill pool. I don't think so. That does not seem warranted here. So here, like, solar farm is no consideration. Do we want to go for medium items and look for a motherboard? Probably in particular. Or do we think it's not likely to be there and forcing it is not really good and gold monster loot can be amazing? Well, I would say the second is the answer. We cannot force it. Monster loot is amazing. Hell yeah. Do I ever think bronze LEDs are so good that I want to use them against a Pygmalion? Probably. I will also not greed here on the feather. And then also those are just a little bit faster than the laser pistol. And we go. Hello, Baraki. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Okay. We got over the line here. I would say for day 5 or 4, that was more like on the weak side of our opponent. There's a pulse rifle. I feel like a pulse rifle is good. I don't have a friend, but we can solve that issue in the future. I don't think upgrading the Uzi ever has any upsides for us, so we're not doing that. Laser pistol is the same, we don't care. I rather look at items than go to the docks. We are rich enough. And there's a friend that is pretty good. Do we ever want to preemptively upgrade our chemistry? I would say that is a little bit over the top. Sure, it's 3 poison then, but that's a future me problem. If I ever go to that setup, then I mean, yeah, no, whatever. Let's look how we want to do this. Maybe like this for the time being. Let's see how that is feeling. I mean, Golden Shadow Cloak on a pulse